So, you guys have been asking about the dreaming. What do we really mean by the dreaming? In the shamanic cultures worldwide, for thousands of years, it has long been hinted to and spoken directly that we are inside a dream. And in modern science and quantum physics, they call it the hologram or the quantum matrix. Right? But cultures for thousands of years have talked about us being within a dream, within a dream. And in shamanism, it's about becoming awake within the dream, where it's like a lucid dream. Suddenly you become aware of being aware. And it's said that each one of us has our own song line, right? Our own line in which we're being moving through the world. Eastern traditions call this the Dharma, right? We may call it how we are uniquely being dreamt into the world. And we can see how when we are moving through our Dharma, moving through our life, we are coming into the very specific experiences that we have, the people who come into our life, the animals you may greet and connect with when you are out and about, who you see, right? Where you travel, all these things are coming in and speaking to you. And if you're paying attention, you can read into the signs. You can read into the messages. You can come into that deeper depth, which we call that myth teller's mind, and coming to see the mythic representation that is being expressed in our own life, the themes, the patterns, the beliefs, and so forth. And so in this, it is shared that we are each being uniquely dreamt into the world. Now, in the Eastern traditions of like Kashmir, India, Shaivism, we call this Shakti, right? Where Shakti is dreaming us into the world, and we are each a unique expression of that divine feminine energy being born and manifesting. And with that, we each come into the world with specific gifts, specific medicine, if you wish to call it that. And part of our journey here is finding what we call finding our songline, or finding our unique dreaming, how we're being dreamt into the world, and finding the medicine, the gifts that we are being given to bring into the world and contribute. So this is what we're speaking about when coming into the dreaming. It's about becoming awake that everything is speaking to us, that this everything and every person, including me, I'm part of your hologram, I'm part of your dreaming. But the other aspect is like when we come out here to these beautiful areas, each place actually has its own dreaming. It has the animals that are here. It has the birds, the insects. Each space has its different feel, right? Now in Chinese, we call this feng shui. Each place has its own unique balance and energy that is given to that space. And so when we are talking about coming into the dreaming of your sit spot, what we're doing is we're tapping into the mind of that space. What is the mental space of that one? What is that contributing, right? So we can see how squirrel or robin or deer or whatever plants that are there, they each are contributing to the energy of that space. And when we can tune our awareness to be aware of being aware of these aspects, that is said when we enter the dreaming of place. When we can enter the dreaming of place, we enter its mind, then its stories, its songs, its wisdom, its knowledge can become available to you. For example, when you are into this space, I can't tell you how many times I'm out amongst the forest and I come across as a fish. See, a fish is part of our dreaming right now. This is really great, as well as train. Train is part of our dreaming, apparently. What's really beautiful is when you enter the dreaming and the mind space, the animals will begin to respond to you. You'll have a lot more animal experiences, positive animal experiences. You'll come across plants that you may not have known before, but saying like, oh, I know what this plant is, and the name will show up. You'll know its medicine, you'll know its uses. Can't tell you how many times this has happened where I suddenly knew a plant that I had never seen before. When I went back and I looked it up, sure enough, that's how it was. So this is the shamanic understanding and part of this training, is by doing our sense meditation, by doing our sit spot, by constantly attuning ourselves to the directions. What direction are we in? And we actively listen, not just to receive, but to become a part of the space. You enter its dreaming, and it's a very, very powerful, magical, nourishing, connective experience. Right? And you may or may not get there, and that's okay. This is something we cultivate over time, and we actually earn entrance into this dreaming. So I'm just going to share enough of that right there, and then I'm going to talk about the common states that we find us humans are often in, and how can we begin to go from this sleeping state and become awake into the dreaming.